been on and off homeless since I've been 15. My grandparents were alcoholics. My mum and dad were prolific drug takers as a kid, and I threw the children's homes to juvenile prison. Boom. What was my option after that? Well, I was homeless. A couple of winters where it's -2 or 3. Now someone's died of hypothermia. Everyone just sort of opens a can and says, good luck with another one passing. Well, you know what I mean? It could have been me. And then you just got to accept it.
I've been through an abuse relationship. It started as verbal abuse. I thought I could overcome it. Then it became physical. I got scared. Eventually, I realized that my mind was just eroding. I had to eventually find myself onto the street. So appealing was to just forget about life.
Been homeless for like a couple of years on and off, and I'm still always suffering. Like, I suffer with the mental torment of what's happened on the street. I've got bad legs now, bad knees. I get pain in my legs and my back every day. I can hardly walk. It destroys everything. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it just rips every bit of strength you got out. And even once you get housed, then you have to think about, can I maintain being housed? Just to be normal and try and live in society. It's not as easy as it looks.
The streets do sort of call you back, you know what I mean, even though you've got somewhere to live. You know, you do feel sort of isolated and on your own, but it's not until you get indoors you realise the consequences. I've had 3 children and I've got a grandson, but they don't talk to me anymore. I've been registered as partially sighted now. Every day's a struggle, really, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to do now is volunteering, courses, so I've got like 2 or 3 things to do in a week. It's a lot easier when you've got a flat to start talking to people and, you know, get a bit more respect again, or self-respect, I suppose.
For the first 2 months, there were times when I feel so scared getting out of my flat. I was alone. I felt paranoia, knowing how stigmatized people had over my condition. I'm learning to take one step at a time. Having the local church here was my first step of moving into the community. Also working at the Mind Charity Shop is really giving me a reason to leave, a reason to pick up from where I was in the past.
I was going downhill very fast before, and without the close support network from the hostel, I wouldn't have made it. I'd be dead. And many other people here would be dead. None of these people here would survive without Thames Reach. They'd all be gone.
If it wasn't for Thames Reach, I probably wouldn't have been able to keep my flat coming here on my own without that support. I would have been more tempted to jump ship, I think.
And I was just close to the point of burying my own self. Thank God that Thames Reach came to my aid. And I'm so grateful.